Welp, I'm here. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to General Hospital Envy, my GH After show. It's gonna be a short one this week. There was only supposed to be one episode, but then one of the baseball games got rained on, and so we got 2 episodes, and I just watched that episode today, so let's discuss. Dante is preparing for his mission, and it turns out that his mission is to take down Peter August. Dude, if Dante takes out Peter August, he will become my favorite character again, hands down. But what is interesting about these scenes with Dante is that we learn that he seems to have a bit of a trigger. When Dr. Kirk clicked his pen, Dante seemed to go into like a trance state, and then he was told to forget everything he knew about Anna Devane. And the coolest part about these Dante scenes is that we find out that the mastermind behind the plan to take down Peter is actually Dr. Obrecht. Oh my god, that was the best Monday cliffhanger ever, and would have been a great cliffhanger for the week if they didn't show the second episode. But I digress. I don't know how Dr. Obrecht went from being in jail to being someone that could send people from the WSB on missions. Hopefully it was Robert and her working behind the scenes to make this happen though. Anyway, speaking about Peter, when Robert and Olivia returned to Port Charles, Robert and Peter exchanged some words, which made Lulu jump to Peter's defense, and much like Robert, I too had to wonder how on earth Luke Spencer's daughter could be so damn stupid. I don't understand it. I mean, once they recasted the character, it's like the writers decided that they would make Lulu just a dumb blonde. I'm like, she was smart, she was feisty, and she was suspicious by nature, and that was all taken away from her. I don't get it. Anyway, Lulu is still working on her plan to bring in an A-list reporter to bring some light onto Cyrus Renault, and she thought of a brilliant idea to bring in a reporter that could easily distract Robert. Oh, Jackie! Now, Olivia is busy catering to Robert because she doesn't want to go home to Ned because she doesn't want him to tell her I told you so when it comes to Dante. Now, because she didn't check in with Ned, Ned is out getting shit-faced with Alexis, and they're probably going to have a one-night stand. Honestly, I don't hate it. I kind of feel the nostalgia when it comes to those two. But Ned, you are making a mistake when it comes to your marriage, because even Brooke Lynn told you that Olivia is not going to cheat on her husband, and you assumed, and she didn't cheat, and now you're going to be the one that cheated on her. Karma, man. Karma. You should have listened to your daughter. You should have trusted your wife. Alright, now let's talk about Julian freaking Jerome. This guy mugs Martin and steals the briefcase to try to get that document from Nelle, and it turns out that that document from Nelle is actually a letter that says, haha, I knew you'd try to steal this, Julian. I gave the letter to someone else. I'm like, of course she did. And it turns out that the person that she gave it to was Ryan freaking Chamberlain. Speaking of Nelle, Jax and Nina found out from Jocelyn that Nelle's body had been found, and then later Jax finds out that Carly told Sunny and Jason what really happened, and Sunny thanked him for protecting Carly. God, neither of these Neanderthals have learned absolutely anything, especially from Claudia's death. Like, it boggles my mind, truly. Alright, on to the next episode. It is homecoming day in Port Charles, and we finally get to see all 4 kids together in a room getting ready for homecoming, and they all look fantastic. We got to see a cute little montage photo session with all of them together, and all the proud parents watching on, including Deb's fake daddy Brando. The homecoming dance is at the Haunted Star again because I'm assuming GH just doesn't want to build a high school set. But it's not all fun and games for the kids. I mean, Trina's having a horrible time because the last dance she went to is when she got kidnapped and when her dad got killed. So she's having an absolutely miserable time. And then Dev, he kind of got friend-zoned from Jocelyn a little bit. I don't think he noticed, but that's how I read the situation. And then Jocelyn and Cameron almost kissed, or maybe they did kiss. It's hard to tell with COVID. It could have happened off screen, I don't know. I feel like Cameron is taking a page from his Mother's Glory days of being kind of a player, you know? Pinning these 2 girls against each other and kind of stringing them along and just not really deciding who he wants. No shade to Elizabeth, I feel like she's grown since then, but I'm just saying it's what she used to do. But anyway, I hope that Joss is just a stepping stone for him to be with Trina, because that's who I'm shipping. I loved Cameron and Trina, I love what brought them together in the first place, so that's who I'm rooting for. Whoever you're rooting for, you know, I'm sure it'll be fun to watch, regardless of the twists and turns I'm sure we're going to see with this. Let's talk about Brando for a second. Now, he gets a call from Cyrus, who informs him that the 2 thugs that attacked him in his garage have been arrested, and that they were people acting on his behalf, thinking that that's what Cyrus would want, and that was just definitely not the case. I'm just like, dude, you're not even trying to pretend to be a good guy anymore. Like, good guys don't have thugs, hello? Now, Cyrus was actually at Charlie's pub trying to convince Julian to sell it to him for whatever reason again, and Chase walks in and questions Julian about Martin's mugging, and Cyrus decides to give him an alibi. It turns out that Julian can't last 5 freaking minutes without being under someone else's thumb. Jason and Sam were actually there in Charlie's pub too, keeping an eye out on Cyrus, and Jason made a point in telling Cyrus that Brando wasn't actually under Sonny's protection. I have a feeling, because I forgot about this before, but Jason and Brando had a conversation at the garage, and Jason was saying that he had a plan, but we didn't hear what that plan was. Something tells me that he's going to have Brando take Cyrus's offer and spy on Cyrus for Jason and Sonny, which is a good plan. It is classic Jason, but it's also classic Jason just to kill the guy and have Diane clean it up. It would have worked. It probably would have worked. Now, other than a couple of minor things like Elizabeth and Portia kind of discussing what's going on at the hospital, and Nina and Jax kind of summarizing where the search lies with her long-lost child, the only other substantial thing that really happened was that Nicholas and Ava were kind of having a bit of sexual banter and trying to fish out exactly where they stand when it comes to what happened the other day with them. And then in walks Julian to talk to Ava about his crazy messed up life in private, which Nicholas did not appreciate. And when Nicholas confronts them, they all get interrupted by a phone call coming in from Ryan Chamberlain. Another good cliffhanger, I'll admit. The good news is GH is back this week, all 5 days, Monday to Friday, you know, barring anything else happening in 2020. I mean, who knows? The president could croak from coronavirus because apparently he got that. Or perhaps, you know, it'll be like another baseball game since the one got rained on and it'll interrupt our show too. Either way, let's just hope for the best. Hopefully we'll get all 5 days of GH. We'll get to catch up with our stories. And then also, GHMV Reacts will be back this Wednesday. I will be reacting to another one of your guys' requests, and I'm looking forward to it. And if you guys want my non-GH content on Deon's Corner, I'm dropping a cool family vlog tomorrow. So stay tuned for that if you want to. And in the meantime, if you like this video, give it a big old thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you guys soon. Peace out.
Let me hold it down. Let me hold it down.